Hello, Twin Flame Collective. My name is Tanya Vargo. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, you may reach out to me, DM me, or my email is in the description. It's Tanya at earthangeleverlasting.com. Also, people had asked, my TikTok is at earthangeleverlasting. And my Instagram is also at Earth Angel Everlasting. So I keep the name straight across the board. Everything should look pretty much the same marketing wise. So it should be easy to find me. So let's get into this. So as you can see, I left, based on yesterday's reading, I left the Karmic off the board and I just didn't feel like giving her life today. And it looks like it was honestly the right thing to do. Okay, so let's get into this. So we have the divine masculine towards the divine feminine, and then we have the divine feminine towards the divine masculine. We have some journey of love oracle cards. We have Soul Whispers, oracle cards, or their messages, sorry. Okay. We have Ocean of Emotion, oracle cards. Sacred Union messages. And then we have the Masculine Madness oracle cards. And that was 212 on the clock. So let's get into it. I'm going to zoom out for a second. So you're going to see right here the divine masculine. You can look at him, he's either burdened, he's coming in showing as burdened, or he doesn't want to be burdened anymore. And I think both are true. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? So if you take a look, you zoom out, you see the twin flame lovers card here. You see the Empress, who she's the feminine half of the twin flame. She's the queen of queens, the mother of mothers. If you see right here, we have the high priestess, and she's the divine feminine. So bam, bam, bam. Okay, the way he feels about her is that not only is she the divine feminine, she's the divine feminine, and he's like taking it like he's like, this is major. And so it could be a little bit stressful, right? It could be a little, this is responsibility, man. This chick's no joke. But what he's showing is that he's ready to fight for this time in his emotions. And he feels like he's got the upper hand. If you can see this guy, he's like standing above all the other ones, and he's got his wand, like he's ready to like just smack the crap out of everybody. So he feels like he's on higher ground. He has the upper hand in the situation, and he's ready to fight for it. Okay, he's just mentally thinking about some empty victories, some arguments and fights, things that went wrong. And not for nothing, she's always right? Like he might be just like, I'm gonna have to tell her she's right. She's right. And all these empty victories, and it wasn't worth it, and nobody won. And so that's what he's, his mind is on, and that's burdensome. That's heavy, heavy stuff. And this has been difficult, right? Because this is where his difficulties are. So it's a fascinating. He's kind of, he's got a lot on his mind, and he's feeling it. He's just feeling it right now. So the Divine Feminine is coming in. You have to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Divine Feminine is either coming in as bored, or she's just not, noticing this or seeing this, or she just sees it as a missed opportunity. I'm, I'm more inclined to say bored, because over here in hers, she's coming in as, the death and rebirth card. So it's like the rebirth of the union, right? And she sees it going the distance. So, and she wants some balance. So but it's in suspension to her. So, I'm going with bored. I'm going with bored today. Obviously they've had some trouble bringing in this union. They are, because it is a twin flame union, and this is a divine feminine, it's probably no mistake that, like, the divine masculine is also a divine masculine, and he's psychic as well. So they both know the unknown, and they can see the unseen, or they have incredible intuition about stuff. If you don't find yourself where you're like on the gifted plane, just know that you both are waiting for secrets to be revealed right now. There's a bit of a block, but if you just think your way through it, or more like use your intuition, you already have an internal knowing about what's gonna happen here. Okay, you already have a pretty good on the inside internal intuition knowing of what's going on. Okay, and more will be revealed. Okay, so emotionally, they're both ready to fight for this relationship, and they both feel like they have like the upper hand, and they're standing on higher ground in it. In the physical or physically, we have the Empress, who's the female side of the twin flame, or the feminine side of the twin flame union. She's the Queen of Queens, the Mother of Mothers. She's everything. She's very abundant. She's very beautiful. She is the bang bang bang. So they're both, coming in feeling this way. And then mentally, they are both, hoping this isn't an empty victory. They're thinking about, past fights, and kind of going over it. But the rest of it is amazing, right? So just get out of your head a little bit. So right now, the divine masculine is feeling determined, right? Which goes along with this card right there. He's fighting so hard to become a better man, which is really cool, because you see right here, soul cleanse. I've been purifying my mind and soul. And I'm just gonna kind of bounce down here. He also has, that he knows he's been unhealthy, and that, there's some healing to be done. He knows he can fix it. So, he's in determined mode. He's feeling some pressure on him now. So on the soul cleanse, and I've been purifying my mind and soul. Let me tell you something. If you're with her, if you're a divine masculine and you're with her, your divine feminine is also divine feminine. You've got to do this. Because here's the thing, spiritual people, and not just like spiritual people, it's every people. You're talking about when you engage in, when you finally come together sexually and in a sexual way, this has got to be cleaned up. And I'm not talking about, picking up diseases. I'm talking about picking up spiritual attachments, right? Because I've talked about before, you know, the other side, good or bad, I just saw 1010. The other side, good or bad, is conspiring, right? If you really want to get serious, there's a battle for your soul going on 24/7, even when you're sleeping, right? Even when you're sleeping, you're getting dreams, messages, things like that. 24/7, there's a battle for your soul. And one side or the other is going to win. Both sides are conspiring to get it. So you have people fighting for you, good and bad. And even the people that aren't completely invested in you, if you think about some things in terms of, you know, just walking down the street and people noticing you or not noticing you, it works like that too, right? So you have to be careful when you engage in any sexual energy exchange. Sometimes people even touching it, like everybody's not meant to shake your hand. Everybody's not meant to put their hands on you. 1111. So you have to always be careful about energy exchanges, because you'll pick up a demon, you'll pick up a negative entity, you can pick up good ones too, but you know, you can pick up a negative spirit, entity, energy. You know, they're walking around regardless. Some of them are on you, right? And some of them are like trying to get you. And some of them you just walking down the street, and if you're, whether you're one of these or not, especially if you're one of these, you're a beacon, right? You're a beacon. Your light is shining. They know what you are. They know. So this has to be cleaned up, because if you engage in any sort of energy exchange, especially physical ones, you can pick up stuff, right, and get attachments, and you can end up with like a 9-year oppression, a 10-year oppression, and that thing does not go away until it gets bored, destroys you, finds something else to do. And you know, its one and only goal is to destroy you, or destroy your life, destroy things around you. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Because, you know, when you do, like, say some people like clean their house, and they get so much satisfaction from having a clean house and everything being in its place and the way it smells, and they can sit down and rest and relax, and there's just like that peace and satisfaction and pride from cleaning their house, and that's a good thing, right? There are people and there are entities walking around that get that feeling from doing hurtful, harmful, destructive things. They get that peace, satisfaction, serene feeling from destruction, from, you know, chaos, from murder, you know, from all of that. So this is incredibly important before you engage in anything like this at all. You have got to make sure STDs ain't the only thing you can pick up in the world. I'm just telling you. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you from experience. Okay? When you're not paying, like, sometimes I don't pay attention, and if I forget to ground, if I forget to pray, if I forget to ask for forgiveness, if I forget to ask for protection, or, you know, I've gotten off of it a little bit, I guarantee you, all of a sudden, you know, somebody will come in that has, you know, the family curses or whatever that I'm accustomed to, and I'll be enticed by it, and occasionally get involved in an energy exchange, and then I'm stuck with whatever their BS karma is, because I'm still working off my own family's stuff, right? So be very careful about this, and make sure you're always taking care of that, and make sure you're always protecting yourself in every kind of way, and you don't always have to let everybody touch you. Okay? You don't have to let everybody touch you. Okay, so also, you are so tempting, temptress. And just for fun, like this card came up again, and these two women kind of look the same. And today I am noticing the manipulation a little bit more. Yesterday I wasn't noticing it at all. I was more focused on her face and the fact that she was looking over her shoulder. And I made the joke about, I know you want this ass. Today I am noticing the manipulation a little bit more. So maybe they'll give me some information on that in a little bit. But, so he finds the divine feminine very tempting. Here we have status. I'm worried about my legacy. Interesting. I mean, there's many different levels with this, right? The obvious one is like, you know, some of you, he might have to contemplate giving up half to be with you, right? Are you worth half? Is this woman worth half? You know, some of it might be he's concerned like, you know, I've done this before and then I lost half, you know, like that's kind of scary. That's a lot to think about. And then, you know, someone might just be worried about changing their social media status, right? And then, you know, maybe it's their social standing for some of them. You know, in my case, I don't necessarily know all the way what he means, but definitely higher ranking spiritually. I'm definitely higher ranking in society. I'm definitely higher ranking in profession. You know, I don't know. I don't necessarily know. He might really just be worried about losing half again. He could be worried about changing his Facebook status. So there's so many things this card could mean. You're just going to have to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But status is popping out to me more than anything. So he could have just like, he could be worried about changing his social media status right now, because the more I look at it, the more the yellow status is yelling at me when I look at it. So, you know, it can mean a bunch of things. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't for you. So we'll go over here. Divine masculine. He's feeling a little bit unhealthy right now. And he, you know, he just got unhooked from that karmic, and there's probably a lot of we know there was so much toxicity. I mean, it came out and came out and came out and came out, one thing after another, and they were in a very toxic relationship doing very low vibrational things, right? And so he knows he can heal this, and he knows he can fix what's broken here. But he's all in. And I think that's what he's tripping about, right? Like, this is a lot of responsibility, you know. She's a lot of responsibility. And this type of relationship, right? It's a sacred union with a divine feminine, you know. So it's like, whoa. It's like, whoa, right? So, you know, he's getting himself together, but this is where he is. Today, manipulation is standing out with this. I'm going to have to keep going, and if they give me something about this, I don't know. I'm getting sexual and manipulation. Sexual manipulation. So, you know, maybe he's trying to think about how to con you into bed. Who knows? Who cares? Like that kind of, with the rest of it, I mean, if he's trying to trick you into, like, getting naked and that's what you want, divine feminine, just roll with it. Just roll with it. It ain't a big deal. There's nothing else showing up here that it looks like it's a big deal today. It looks like he thinks it's a big deal, and maybe he thinks he's got to manipulate you. Not the case, but maybe that's what he thinks. So his messages are, you are my best friend. You are my future wifey, which it's fascinating that I just noticed this right now, that it came right under committed until death do us part. Aww, I just noticed that. Oh my gosh. Aww, that's so sweet. Okay, we are mirroring each other, and I love you to the moon and back. That's really sweet. Oh, he's just coming in sweet today. Fire masculine, go with that. Don't do that. Don't be manipulative. Go with all this other stuff. This is the good stuff. Okay, so here we have the divine feminine towards the divine masculine. So like I said, this is such an easy read over here. She's coming in and she's like, I want this death and rebirth. Okay, let's get this twin flame cracking. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it started. Okay, so divine masculine is seeing this as, waiting for his ship to come in. He's made his decision. My advice with this card at all times is, because it's 3 wands, see 1 wand, 2 wands, then the third one down here. Just watch out for, who you tell, who you're bringing into this, because ultimately what happens is, you and them, they're the 2 wands, and then there's this third party over here, and then you're stuck with their freaking opinion. So, 3's a crowd, right? And if we're still dealing with the karmic, I mean, it's just All right. So they're both having difficulties dropping their guard right now, but they want to. So this is my I get knocked down, but I get up again. So they're both in that kind of space, and you can kind of see he's burning, he's feeling the pressure of this, although he wants it, right? Okay. So right now they're both coming in as, seeing things from different angles, knowing their sacrifices they need to make, and they're just, in suspension for a sec, okay? They both, emotionally, they both want a verdict, right? They both want some justice for this relationship and to balance things out. In the physical, this is a marriage card, and it's also a twin flame union card. Definitely, so it's the Hierophant, and he's the divine. That's like a divine of this, okay? So, female, male. And then, you see the stairway. So in the physical, they both see this as being able, like a relationship that can go the distance. And they're both thinking that, right? Like, they're both thinking, like, this is my victory. This is it. Finally. The trophy wife, trophy husband, and, they probably do want to kind of publicly declare it. Like, there's probably a bit of a drive to do that, but we're worried about status, and he's had a status already for sure in my situation. So we may want to do this, but he also, in my situation, he's always worried about what people think. So that is something, like, if he's worried that he's gonna have to change his status again so quickly, I can see why he's stressed out, right? Okay, so this is pretty good. So we've got, we want death and rebirth. We want to emotionally want to balance it out. We both see this going the distance. They're each other's victory, waiting for the ship to come in. They're just kind of in suspension with it at this time. So over here, we have I'm lost without you, emptiness. I can still, desire is this card. I can still taste you. So, you know, if you guys have actually been together, he remembers. And then if you haven't, he desires, right? I just want loyal companionship. And this is a 10 card, and the card is completion, okay? So completed cycles is usually the 10s in tarot. 38 karma, what have we done? Well, we didn't choose each other in the first place, so now we got a whole bunch of crap to clear up, right? And, you know, that's probably why he's coming in burdened too. You know, he's got some crap to clean up over here. There were empty victories, and there was a status change that maybe shouldn't have been done. And so we're gonna have to like clear all that up, right? So 29, he's getting impatient. Or maybe they both are, right? Because she's bored, right? She's like, I'm straight bored. Like, come on, let's get this death and rebirth going. Like, honestly, I'm so impatient. And then you're the one. So love. So, you know, this side's confirming, you know, this side. So it looks like we're on the same page finally, guys. Like, let's get it cracking. So here we are. We have, do you know how special you are? So victory, trophy. I need you. I'm sorry I hid my emotions. I can hear you, which makes sense because this is a twin flame. So, you know, there's probably a lot of telepathic communication back and forth in the 5D between the two of them. Like, this is so heavy. Twin flame. Like, this is so heavy in twin flame today. Twin flame mirroring each other, right? They do that. So a lot of twin flame. Thank you for still loving me, even though of the karma. And I need space, right? So this is him like talking about I need to heal, right? So some more healing and more healing and more healing. Okay, so, you know, he's just in a space where he's just asking for a minute to get himself together, which is understandable, right? Hopefully y'all are in communication and you're communicating about that. And then hopefully you have empathy for the fact that, you know, you're probably going to finally get what you want, and you're going to finally have what you want, divine feminine or divine masculine. If you're watching, it's just going to take a minute. But hopefully you're in communication about that so that there's no more chaos, destruction, and mistakes that cause more karma. Right? So that's what I've got today, guys. If you if this makes sense to you or it resonates, let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.